Life keeps throwing everything at North Dakota, and yet this team continues to find a way. Welcome to this week's edition of North Dakota Hockey Central, your television home for all things UND hockey. I'm Alex Heinert. Coming up, we will check in with head coach Brad Berry after his group did something they hadn't accomplished since their national title-winning season in 2016. We will also get to know one of the emerging stars on the UND blue line, freshman defenseman Brent Johnson. First, though, we're bringing you the latest installment of the Through These Doors series, where this week the guys reminisce about scoring their first collegiate goal. Enjoy.
Schmaltz back for Caulfield, gave it to Clevin. Clevin a wrister and scores! It's his fifth of the year and it's 1-0 UND. James centered, Biondi shoots and scores! Cooper Moore looks right side, one-time blast, they score! Bass gives North Dakota a 2-1 lead on the power play goal. Back up to Moore, top of the point, wrist shot, score! That'll be his first goal of the season and a 3-1 North Dakota lead in the final minute of period 2. Gave it to Gotts, long pass ahead, in for a shot, they score! James! Over to Frisch, near side, a shot, he scores! His 9th of the year, and it's 4-2 North Dakota. And they're trying to dig it loose, and the period will end, and North Dakota will win it by a score of 4-3. How about that one? Now along the wall, rink-wide pass, they score! Deflected out in front. The power play goal makes it 1-0. Back to get it, Franklin copped it up. A shot and a goal by Carson Albrecht. They copped it up in front of the net on the turnover, and Albrecht gets his first of his career to tie the game at 1. Montgomery from the faceoff shoots and scores! The freshman from Grand Forks fires it by Driscoll, and it is 2-1 North Dakota. Roth, he couldn't find it, tipped away, and here comes a breakaway. Jamernick is in, Deeks backhand scores! And it's 3-1 North Dakota. Into the North Dakota zone for Bender. Bender to Roth, shoots, scores! 2 seconds, 1 second, it's over, and UND has swept Minnesota Duluth and moved back into first place in the Nchc with a 3-2 victory tonight over the Bulldogs. For some, it comes early on. For others, it can take years, but no matter when it happens, there's no moment quite like your first career goal.
It was just a crazy weekend, honestly, for me. I felt like pucks were coming up to me at the point quite a bit, and I was getting my shots through. I literally just got on the ice off a change, and I was just creeping down, and the puck squirted out, and I stepped out, and I shot it. I didn't really see it. The guy kind of skated across, but I saw it from the back of the net, and I saw everybody stand up, so that is one I'll never forget. The way it just erupted, it was crazy.
It was actually funny, because Clevy, right before I went out, he's like, all right, this is your opportunity, here we go. So the puck was about to drop, and all right, if it comes over, like, I feel like I'll probably score, and honestly, sure enough, it did, but I was kind of honestly visualizing it off the face-off there, and sure enough, it kind of panned out.
So we were on the bench, and Bub said our line was up, so I looked at Jammer, I said, hey, can you win this back? And he goes, yeah, I can win it back, and then didn't really see much other than the net move, because there was a lot of guys in front of the net, but once it went in, it's just almost like you black out, just of pure happiness. Like, to be from Grand Forks, I grew up coming to most home games, and as a little kid you play how many games in mini sticks or street hockey, and you idolize the guys that do it, and now to do it, can't really describe how good of a feeling it is.
I was trying to think about this on the bench too. I don't know why I was out there. Like, I don't think my line mates were out there, but no, I was in the corner and Clevy just flipped it out, and I literally just wanted to intercept it or slow the D-man down, and he kind of just whiffed on it right in the middle there. So it just happened perfectly, and then I blacked out, yeah.
I was screaming my head off. I was so lightheaded after that. Yeah, all the boys, like, and you could just see, like, you put a camera on that bench, you see there's nobody more excited than for Bobby, because the guy puts his heart and soul into this program, and you know, he maybe hasn't gotten the most opportunity throughout the 3 years, but he got his opportunity. He's been running with it. He's been very consistent, and he's been such a huge role and just playing huge minutes. And yeah, it's awesome.
It just shows like our team how close we are. Like everyone, whoever scores, doesn't matter. Everyone's super excited, and like to get the first one, it's even more exciting for everyone.
I was honestly more excited for Bobby and Dane when they scored their goal. Kind of put yourself in their shoes at that time, and you're just so happy for them. And the whole year, you know, you work so hard, and to witness them get theirs and see their reaction, it's pretty awesome.
You know, we're all a family here, so it's exciting to see kind of your brother essentially score and, you know, achieve such a, you know, a cool accomplishment that he's been working towards, you know, his whole life. So we're just all really happy for each other, and it's been a great experience for everybody.
You can't be anything but happy for each guy. It's not really one person's big moment, it's kind of everyone's. So, I mean, win as a team, lose as a team, we're all in it together, so it's huge.
I mean, it's undescribable. Like, everyone has that dream of scoring big goals, and now you see it. Like, I don't know what it is, why everyone's just seems like it just happens in back-to-back games, but it's cool that you get to see, like, your best friend score. Like, not even that you're same age, like freshman, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just you get to see one of your best friends who's worked their tails off all year and to finally get rewarded. It's pretty awesome.
A sweep of the Bulldogs means North Dakota is back in the NCHC's driver's seat. And the Broncos coming to town this weekend. UND aims to tighten its grip on a third straight Penrose championship.
Obviously, it's a big weekend. We went there a month ago, and I thought we played really well, but just couldn't put the puck in the back of the net. Their goaltender played really well. So something that to look forward to this weekend is we've been scoring a lot of goals lately.
When we went there, we thought we played really well, honestly, for the weekend we had. It wasn't the result, obviously, but I think we're all motivated. We're excited to get back out there.
It's a really good matchup between two good teams. I mean, we've been playing really well lately, so just keep building on that.
We've taken massive strides since then. I don't know what the streak is now. I think it's 7 or 8 games that we've got points in, and that's huge. You know, we're coming together at the right time.
I just think we're doing the small details well now. You know, we've kind of grown as a team, and I think we're gaining confidence every game. So it's exciting to see how far we've come, and I think that as a team we've grown tremendously.
More guys are getting time to step in and fill in roles, so it's really bringing us together as a team.
Now, at the end of the day, it's up to us to take care of business. You know, we set ourselves up to possibly win a Penrose Cup, and you know, we're just looking forward to Friday now.
We've already won back-to-back, so I mean, a 3-pay would be unreal, but you can't think too far ahead, so you just worry about 1 week at a time.
The last 4 games have gone our way, so like I said, we're just excited to keep moving forward, and we need the next 4.
Great work by Marty Mueller and the rest of the Through These Doors crew. As you just saw from that episode, first career goals played a huge role in UND's success at Duluth this past weekend. We will get Brad Barry's thoughts on why some of the unsung heroes on this team have been able to step up of late when North Dakota Hockey Central returns. Welcome back to North Dakota Hockey Central. Time now to go inside Ralph Engelstad Arena for our weekly conversation with UND head coach Brad Barry after another impressive sweep of a top 10 team. Brad, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, Alex. Great to be here.
This past weekend's games at Minnesota Duluth had a playoff-like atmosphere. Both came down to the wire, just as we've come to expect when you get together with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I told you before, two teams that have a mirror image of each other, the way they play, their identity, you know, the character and culture in their locker room. And, you know, usually it's a 1-goal game, and to no surprise it was. Both Friday and Saturday night, tight checking games, and both 1-goal outcomes.
Friday's 4-3 win was highlighted by outstanding special teams as you went 3 for 5 on the power play and were perfect on the penalty kill. What was working when you had the man advantage in Game 1?
Just playing fast. You know, I think our entries were sharp. We got into the zone, but our puck movement and our puck management in the offensive zone, just making sure that we got their box moving a little bit and getting good looks and opportunities, and our guys capitalized. And again, this is a time of year where specialty teams do make the difference, and our guys were sharp both nights, and especially on Friday on the power play when he scored 3 goals.
All of your goals Friday were scored by defensemen, including the 6th score in the last 7 games from Ethan Frisch. How have you seen him step up his play in recent weeks?
Well, that's being a leader. You know, he's a leader in our locker room, wearing a letter, and in our captaincy group. And you know, and especially when we're down a few guys in our roster on Friday and Saturday nights with some injuries, those guys step up in all situations. And now he's taken upon himself on the power play to make an impact, and he's capitalizing on it. And I know he likes it. He absolutely loves being on the power play and being one of the guys.
He's been fantastic of late, as was Zach Driscoll, who was outstanding again on both Friday and Saturday, stopping 69 of 74 shots on the weekends. You needed him to come up big down the stretch in both games, and he delivered.
Absolutely, and a guy like Zach Driscoll, you can tell his experience is shining through right now. You know, he's a fifth-year college player right now. He's been through the highs and the lows, and now he's battling. He can see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel, and he's excited about it. And you can tell he's sharp in his focus, and he's dialed in. And that's where you want your goaltender to be at this time of the year.
Yeah, 3 straight Nchc Goaltender of the Week awards. The weekend was also highlighted by goals from unlikely sources, including the first career tallies for Luke Bast, Dane Montgomery, and Carson Albrecht. The bench's reaction to Carson's in particular on Saturday was really memorable.
Yeah, you know what? It was an amazing experience, and I know I've been part of our program here for a long time as a player and now as a coach, and I don't know if I've seen too many times more than that. The excitement and the exuberance when Carson Albrecht scored his goal. Everybody was ecstatic when he scored that goal. And that tells you the team that we have and how close we are and what they think of Carson Albrecht on battling through the last 3 years and finally getting opportunity here. So it was great to see, and not only him, but Dane Montgomery and Luke Bast and Brent Johnson. A lot of these guys that are now playing heavy minutes, they're making an impact, and it's not to no surprise. They had to be sharp and ready, and they worked hard all year to get this opportunity.
You needed players like Albrecht and Montgomery to provide offense in Game 2's 3-2 win, as you were without the services of leading scorer Reese Gaber, who was injured on Friday night. What can you tell us about his status now moving forward?
Yeah, he's day to day. You know, obviously early in the week here, you know, he's managing through here, and Reese Gaber, he wears his heart on the sleeve, and if he's ready to go this weekend, he will be. But I think it's a situation where he's feeling better each and every day, and I think there's a great chance that he's going to be in our lineup on Friday.
Yeah, good to hear. Well, without Reese, you chose to dress a less than 100% Mark Sendon on Saturday with no plans of playing him. How did Mark's presence on the bench and in the locker room make a difference in Game 2?
Well, first of all, that was planned. You know, it was a situation where we had an extra available spot due to Reese's injury, and knowing that Mark wasn't quite ready to play in our lineup, that it was a situation where, you know, he was an extension of us coaches as far as being a leader and our captain, and to have him in the locker room when the coaches aren't there between periods, and having him on the bench to say the right things, what coaches do, was huge. You know, situations in the game, momentum shifts occurred, whether they were positive or negative, and he was there to help guys out on the bench, and we can't say enough. There were a couple times in the games where I was thinking about putting him in when a couple guys had an equipment issue and an injury issue, and but calmer heads prevailed, and we're going to save him for this weekend here.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Mark back in the lineup. You told me last week you'd never experienced a season like this in terms of injury, and yet you're still in first place in the NCHC with 2 weekends to go. How has your team been able to overcome this level of attrition?
Just our belief in our locker room, and I think the trust and the care that we have in each other. Our guys love each other. They're around each other every single day, and they do anything for each other. And I think, you know, doesn't matter if you have a full lineup or a depleted lineup, whoever's in the lineup is going to do a job and play for the program and play for the guy next to you versus playing for yourself. And I think that's what happens at this time of year. The teams that move on are the teams that are a tight team no matter who's in the lineup, and we have that. You know, we got to keep our foot on the gas and make sure that we keep playing that way.
You now return home for one final regular season series at the Ralph this weekend against Western Michigan. The Broncos won both meetings earlier this year, but you liked how your team played both nights in Kalamazoo despite the results.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we had a meeting earlier on in the week here, and we talked about, you know, obviously not coming out of Western with any points, but played the right way. And now, you know, we have motivation that way that, you know what, they're coming into our building, and we want to make sure that we take full advantage of how we have to play. And again, I think we're playing a pretty good brand of hockey right now, and everybody being hungry. I think the biggest thing is coming off a big weekend in Duluth. There can be no complacency or letdown, or we got to make sure that we keep our foot on the gas and keep moving forward here.
You've won 4 in a row now and have taken 21 of a possible 24 points over the last 4 weekends. What's the key to keeping that momentum going this weekend?
Short-term focus and putting everything you've done in the rearview mirror. like I said, I think a lot of different people can pat you on the back, but at the end of the day, it's what's in front of you right now, and we call it the process. And we solidified home ice right now. Our next goal is to try to win our third straight Penrose here, but not to get ahead of ourselves. We have 4 games remaining in the regular season, and it has to be a short-term focus on Friday night on what we have to do to win a game, and putting everything else in the rearview mirror.
Well, as you said, you've already clinched home ice for the NCHC quarterfinals. 2 more wins this weekend, and you will be that much closer to taking off the Penrose box on your checklist. As always, thanks for the time, Brad. Best of luck this weekend against the Broncos.
Thanks, Alex. Great to have you back this weekend again.
Yes, can't wait. When North Dakota Hockey Central returns, we will shine the spotlight on another one of you in these emerging freshman defenseman, Brent Johnson. That's next. Welcome back. North Dakota men's hockey has been around since the 1940s, but the program hadn't rostered a player from the state of Texas until this year when Brent Johnson became the first. The defenseman from the Dallas-Fort Worth area talks about life on and off the ice in our latest edition of Meet the Freshman.
I'm Brent Johnson. I'm from Frisco, Texas, and I'm a defenseman here at the University of North Dakota. It was pretty cool. I'm actually from Wichita Falls. It's about an hour and 15 west, but I moved to Frisco when I was about 7, so basically a Texas boy at heart. It's pretty cool. It's almost a city right there, so growing up in the suburbs, hockey was kind of growing big with the Stars there, practicing out of Frisco, so it was pretty cool growing up there. Yeah, so both my parents are from the Midwest, just outside of St. Louis, so they were always Blues fans growing up. But my dad wasn't big into hockey, neither was my mom. I kind of just saw my dad at a pickup game once and I wanted to start skating. And I kind of picked it up and just kind of rolled with it. Yeah, it's grown a lot actually. The little guys are getting out there at young ages and they got a lot of good programs there for kids that want to play hockey and want to start. So it's grown a lot and it's exciting to see, where it's going to be at the next 5, 10 years. So. I didn't really know, honestly. I kind of just, worked hard every day, and I just went to the rink with the mindset that I wanted to get better, and I wanted to play hockey somewhere eventually. So I kind of just kept that mindset, and it ended up working out at the end of the day. It's just crazy. The history here is unbelievable. Just the winning culture and just the family mindset that they have here, and it's just been a really good experience this far. Yeah, it's kind of a weird story. I had a coach, Barrett Wilson, back when I was little. He actually went to school here and he was an intern here. So he took us up here one year. I think we stayed in Grand Forks and played a tournament here against some teams. And we toured the Ralph when we were probably 12 years old and watched a game. I think they played Denver. And it was crazy. We sat all the way up in the nosebleeds and it was just packed. There was just so many people here. I think since then it was kind of my dream to play here. So I actually got the rundown of the story. I got the full 100% detailed story. So basically, my mom was pregnant, and they went to a playoff game one year, and they sat right behind the net, the Blues net, and Brent Johnson was obviously playing. And my dad wanted to name me Brian, and my mom was Ryan or something, and they were like, what about Brent, like as a joke? And my mom was like, oh, I actually like that. So that's how it came about, so pretty cool. I'm an outdoors guy. I like to fish, like to hunt, like to golf, work out, I guess, shoot pucks. I guess that's not outside of hockey, but that's all I pretty much do is hockey, honestly. So. I just love it because, I've made so many good friends over the years and so many memories and lessons that I just, you can't fathom how much stuff I've learned from this game. So it's been crazy. It's been, a good experience. I have to go with hibachi. I'm a big hibachi guy. I think I'm a big blues guy. Just my parents growing up there, I was always a blues fan, so. That's debatable. Honestly, probably, yeah. Gas stations, trucks, lakes, everything. I'm Brent Johnson. I'm from Frisco, Texas, and I'm a defenseman here at the University of North Dakota.
A third-round pick of Washington from this past summer's NHL draft, Johnson's playing time has increased of late, and we're starting to see those flashes of the elite skill that he possesses. Brent and his teammates are set to close out the home portion of the regular season on a weekend that could see them lock up a third straight Penrose Cup. We will preview that series with Western Michigan after this. Let's check in on what's happening around college hockey, starting with this week's DCU-USCHO.com poll, where North Dakota has slid up 2 spots to number 7 after their road sweep of now number 8 Minnesota Duluth. UND is one of 5 NCHC teams in the top 11, while the top 3 overall, Minnesota State, Michigan, and Denver, are unchanged from last week. With 2 weeks left in the regular season, the league standings look like this. UND and Denver have locked up home ice for the NCHC quarterfinals, and while Western Michigan can do so as well with one more win this weekend or next, it is still a 3-team race for 4th between UMD, SCSU, and UNO. That final home ice spot likely will not be decided on the penultimate weekend of the league season. Miami hosts Minnesota Duluth, while Omaha entertains Denver. Colorado College travels to St. Cloud State, and North Dakota takes on Western in the only matchup of ranked teams on the slate. The Fighting Hawks were swept by the Broncos at Lawson 1 month ago, but they've only dropped points on 2 occasions since and appear more than ready for the rematch. Number 7 North Dakota versus number 6 Western Michigan. You can watch Friday's game at 7 p.m. on CBS Sports Network and then enjoy senior night on Saturday at 6 on Midco Sports and Nchc.tv. Even though the playoffs won't start for another 2 weeks, this weekend in Grand Forks will feel like the postseason. So enjoy the series and then relive it all with us on our next edition of North Dakota Hockey Central next Friday. Until then, on behalf of our Midco Sports crew, I'm Alex Heinert. Thanks for watching, and I will see you at the Ralph.